Hello everyone, I am Shai Mitro and you are watching Wbcs Expo. It is highly recommended that current affairs is very essential for competitive exam. So here we discuss today's most important current affairs. So you subscribe the channel to get daily updated current affairs. Today's important current affairs are Nippon Life invests in World Bank. The World Bank, International Bank for Reconstruction and Development (IBRD) issued a 15-year Australian $150 million Sustainable Development Bond. Nippon Life Insurance Company is the sole investor in this transaction. World Bank bonds support the financing of sustainable development projects and programs in member countries across a range of sectors in line with its mission to end extreme poverty. Next, award to honor singer Sunanda Patnaik. The Odisha government has instituted the Sunanda Samman for excellence in classical music in the honor of eminent singer Sunanda Patnaik. The Odisha Sangit Natak Academy's award for classical music will now be named Sunanda Samman. The Sunanda Samman will have a cash reward of Rs 2.5 lakh and a citation. Next, NATO to build a space center in Germany. The defense minister of NATO countries have agreed to set up a space center. The move comes amid concern about the growing presence of Russia and China in space. NATO says the new center will be located at its air command in Ramstein, Germany. It will provide support for the alliance's missions and operations by using satellite communications and imagery. Next, Pondicherry gets retired IFS officer as a ACC. Former IFS officer Roy P. Thomas has been appointed as the Pondicherry State Election Commissioner. The new ACC was appointed under the provision of the Village and Commune Panchayats Act 1973 and the Pondicherry Municipalities Act 1973. The ACC would hold the office for 3 years from the date he takes over charge or till he attains 68 years, whichever is earlier. Next, Harshvardhan launches Aditi Urja Sanch unit. Union Minister Harshvardhan has launched the DME-fired Aditi Urja Sanch unit along with the DME LPG blended fuel cylinders and handed them for the public. Dimethyl ether DME is an ultra-clean fuel. CSIR NCL has developed the nation's first kind of DME pilot plant with 20 to 24 kg per day capacity. Next, India International Science Festival. The 6th India International Science Festival 2020 will be held virtually from December 22 to 25, 2020. IISF is an annual event organized jointly by the Science and Technology related ministers and depths of the government and Vijayanana Bharti. The first and second editions of IISF were held in New Delhi, the third in Chennai, the fourth in Lucknow and the fifth in Kolkata. Next, Smart Blackboard Scheme in Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu government is implementing the Smart Blackboard Scheme in 80,000 government schools to ensure a better teaching environment. The scheme envisages uses of audio visual teaching material that can be fed into the computer screens in classes using widely available pen drives. The Central Education Ministry's Smart Classroom scheme is also being implemented in 7,500 schools in the state. Next, Election Commission of India constitutes a committee. Election Commission of India has constituted a committee to examine the issues concerning the expenditure limit. The committee is comprised of Harsh Kumar, ex-IRS and DG Investigation, Umesh Sinha, Secretary General and DG Expenditure. The ECI has limited the campaign expenses per candidate in the assembly election to Rs 28 lakh. Next, oxygen generation plant in Chhattisgarh. In Chhattisgarh, the state government will set up oxygen generation plants in all medical colleges and 17 district hospitals of the state. This will ensure the availability and timely supply of the medical oxygen to COVID hospitals. Earlier, a state-level medical oxygen control room was also established in capital Raipur to ensure timely supply of medical oxygen in various hospitals. Next, Life in Miniature project launched. Culture and Tourism Minister Prahlad Singh Patel virtually launched Life in Miniature project on 22 October 2020. The project is a collaboration between National Museum, New Delhi Ministry of Culture and Google Arts and Culture. Several hundred miniature paintings from the Nation Museum can be viewed online on Google Arts and Culture by people around the world. Next, CBSE introduces facial recognition system. Using the state-of-the-art facial recognition system, CBSE will enable students to download their digital academic documents of class 10 and 12. This computer application matches the human face from a digital image already stored in the database. Next, OCI and PIO card holders can visit India. The government has decided to permit all OCI and PIO card holders and all other foreign nationals intending to visit India for any purpose except on a tourist visa to enter by air or water routes through authorized airports and seaport immigration checkposts. This includes flights operated under Vande Bharat missions, air transport bubble agreement, or by any non-scheduled commercial flights. Next, Singapore, first to use facial recognition. In Singapore, online government services can now be accessed by facial recognition, being the first in the world. This technology is being rolled out to the Sing Pass digital identity scheme, offering access to 400 online services including tax declarations and public housing applications. Facial recognition is also increasingly being used to access other online services such as banking. Next, UP emerged as top destination in 2019. UP has emerged as the top destination for attracting the highest number of domestic tourists in 2019. The Indian Tourism Statistics 2020 has announced that as many as 53.6 crore domestic tourists visited UP in 2019, which was much higher as compared to 2018. Uttar Pradesh attracted the highest number of domestic tourists in the country in 2019 with a share of 23.1% travelers. Next, 21 October, World Iodine Deficiency Day. World Iodine Deficiency Day, also known as Global Iodine Deficiency Disorders Prevention Day, is observed on 21st October every year. To spread awareness about that essential micronutrient everyone needs proper thyroid function, brain development and overall growth. The WHO states that IDD is the world's most prevalent cause of brain damage, even though it is highly preventable. Next, final trial of Nag anti-tank. India on 22nd October successfully carried out the final user trial of the third generation anti-tank guided missile Nag at Pokhran Desert in Rajasthan. It is a significant milestone that paves the way for the deployment of the weapon in strategically sensitive sectors. The missile has been developed by the DRDO to engage highly fortified enemy tanks in day and night conditions. Next, Navy's first batch of 3 women pilots. The Indian Navy operationalized the first batch of women pilots of Dornier aircraft by the Southern Naval Command at Kochi. The 3 women pilots were the part of the 6 pilots belonging to the 27th Dornier Operational Flying Training course who graduated as fully operational maritime reconnaissance pilots at a passing out ceremony held at INS Garuda. Next, government sets aside 7 billion to vaccinate population. India's government has set aside about 500 billion rupees to vaccinate the world's most populous country after China against the coronavirus. Government estimates an all-in cost of about $6 to $7 per person in the nation of 1.3 billion. Adar Poonawalla, head of the Serum Institute of India Private Limited, has predicted the nation would need about 800 billion rupees. Next, Dr. Nina Malhotra, ambassador to San Marino. India diplomat Dr. Nina Malhotra has been concurrently accredited as the next ambassador of India to the Republic of San Marino. According to an official statement issued by the Ministry of External Affairs, Dr. Malhotra, 1992 batch Indian Foreign Service officer, will have their residence in Rome. Presently, she is serving as the ambassador of India to the Republic of Italy. Jagan Reddy launches YSR Bhima Scheme. Andhra Pradesh CM Jagan Mohan Reddy has launched the YSR Bhima Scheme. In this scheme, the beneficiary will receive an insurance amount in their family members' untimely death or permanent disability. It is aimed at providing security to the families of poor and unorganized workers. So, these are the most important current affairs of the day. I hope it helps you a lot. Please like this video, share your love, comment on this video, and please subscribe the channel.